We exist if we are not united. We are no more in this world. So we raise our voice. Happy International Day of the World Indigenous People. Could you please repeat? Happy International Day of the World Indigenous People. Thank you. I feel honored to be here today, being invited as one of the keynote addressee and also the part of this organizing whole team of today's 24th. Today is the 24th International Day of the World Indigenous People. I would also like to welcome on behalf of the organizing committee all of you and would like to express hearty thanks for joining hands to commemorate this very important day here at Guwahati. With personalities, friends, brothers and sisters of this part of India, those who are together at this moment, particularly to make happening of the World Indigenous Day, People's Day celebration. My keynote address is already there in the souvenir that you would go through. So I don't just want to read it out, rather I would like to just highlight some of the key points. Brothers and sisters, the journey of the indigenous people of India in the United Nations is not smooth. At the very outset, I'd like to highlight this issue. In 1982, when the Working Group on Indigenous Population, the forum WGIP, was formed in Geneva in order to study the situation of the indigenous people around the world. From India, there was nobody to take participation in the forum. 82, 83, things just went without participation. 84 and 85 was a black day for us as indigenous people from India. Why? Because the government of India, the representation from the government of India, one who was the president of India, what he said in the United Nations floor. When the chairperson of the forum asked about what the government of India has done so far for the development, for improvement of the life and situation of indigenous people in the country, the Honorable Ambassador from India said, we don't have indigenous people in the country. Amar dekhot kilunjia manu nai. Because India is a melting pot. Bharat ekhon melting pot. That means India encouraged at that point of time the particular activity, the design, we call it what? Assimilation. When time came for India to sign ILO Convention 107, India signed very happily, ratified. But when time came for India to sign another improved ILO Convention 169, till today, for your information, India never signed. Why? Because there is a mention of indigenous people and their rights to their land for their controlling by themselves. 2011, 5th January, my brothers and sisters, whether you are aware about the judgment coming from Supreme Court of India, what the Supreme Court of India had to say on the day. 5th January, the Supreme Court said, the Adivasis, the indigenous people, are the master of this soil. And what about the others then? What about the others? They are all migrants. India is a land of migrants, one after another. In the thousands of years, many different kinds of people came in. They built in. The civilization grew. And today, what is India? But originally, the real sons and daughters of the soil, they are the Adivasis. That means the indigenous people. So we are the proud sons and daughters of the indigenous people, the master of this soil. Now again, in 1987, August, when 5 members, indigenous people's representatives, not only 1, 2, 3, 4, this is 5 members, including Samar Brahma Chaudhary, he was MP, Dr. Ramdayal Munda, he was the Vice Chancellor of Ranchi University, one Professor A.K. Kisku of Human Resource Development, Government of India, and 2 more, one from Maharashtra and another from the south. Society for Threatened People, a German organization, they invited them because India in 84 and 85 repeatedly denied the existence of indigenous people in the country. Titia 84 85 of Amak Jindai Bharat Sarkare Amak Dokhnai disel. They buried us alive in front of the international communities, saying there is no indigenous people in India. What a shame! So in 87, when there was the first representation as a theme of indigenous people in Geneva, what happened? The Madame Dias, one who was the chair of the session, she asked, I would like to request the government of India, what you have taken steps to improve the life and situation of indigenous people in the country. Then one Sanasur Wala, I like to call it a Sanasur Wala. Why? A representative to the United Nations, without having any study back home in the country, whether there are indigenous people or not, he repeatedly said there is no indigenous people in India, so I have nothing to say here. What is saying? Our 5 members, those who were there in the floor, they stood up and they said, from India. That was very, very interesting. It was a confrontation in the floor. Then what happened? An ugly incident took place. An ugly incident took place. What kind of ugly incident? The security people from the UN, hall, they came and they took them away from the hall. 5 members were chased away from the hall. Because in the UN floor, you cannot shout slogan like this. That was the situation. Very unfortunate situation. And then what happened? Mr. A.K. Kisku has a very hot temper. He is a minister from Human Resource Development, Government of India. He hails from West Bengal, a Santali person. He waited outside in Kapataria in the Geneva. Mr. Chrome is aware about this. We have one small Kapataria in the UN. I am very familiar with the Kapataria. Mr. Unu Setiaji, he knows. His daughter, Bania, she knows about. We have some Kapataria outside in Geneva. What happened? He waited there when the permanent mission member from India, he came for tea. He pulled up his collar and shook. He shook his collar. কি হল একদম কলারত ধৰি এই আমাৰ মহামান্য মন্ত্ৰী এজনে আমাৰ এই ভাৰতৰ যেটো এম্বাসাডাৰ একেতক কলারত ধৰি টানি দিলে এবাৰ অপদস্থ হ'ল. A message came to government of India. He was arrested in the airport. He was put in the prison. He was disqualified from the ministry. Is it not a very interesting journey for us? It was so. And then what happened? When he was released from jail and all, he died because he was shocked. Unfortunately, we lost a great indigenous leader. And from 87, India maintained different stand. They did not participate in the UN meetings anymore. They just go there, sit. Mr. Krom is, I think you have noticed, the representatives from India, you see in the banner, you don't see anybody sitting there anymore. In the UN floor ki hoy nijor nijor dekor flag thake, neke flag, ar India thake. Pakistan, India, sob country naam thake, around 200, more than 200 countries representation. India flag to apni sabo, dujon manu tar boi thakibo lage, 2 persons are supposed to be there always, you will find nobody. This is the reality of what is happening in the UN with us. But things are changing now. In 2007, one of our very brilliant, intelligent, and he is little kind-hearted, Ozoy Malhotra, he happened to be in the United Nations headquarters as a permanent mission. He joined in 9. In that particular time, 61st session of the United Nations took place. And the issue of United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People, it happened. So in 13 September, when there was a time for voting, sorry, Mr. Malhotra, though he maintained little reservation, but he signed on behalf of government of India. So India became a party to the declaration of the UN DRIP. And we have 46 articles in United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People today. The 33rd article is right to self-determination. But the right to self-determination, which is enshrined in the UN, this declaration, is not like the sovereign country that we are demanding. No, not like that. But this has a limitation. Right to self-determination for our social, for our economic, and for management, internal management of our territories. That is what exactly the 3rd charter in the UN declaration today. We have 46 out of these. There are so many things, but the good thing is, and bad thing is, I would like to call first bad thing. Today, after signing in 2007, 13 September, already 11 years gone. The government of India till today is not interested to implement. Our brothers and sisters, if you just keep sitting silent, keep yourself inactive, without meeting the concerned government officials in New Delhi, the ministry concerned together in united voice, I don't think this is going to be implemented in the country. Because I know government of India is very, very, smart in signing accord, like accord signing for BTC, accord signing, for the Dimasa people with DSD. We have witnessed in our lifetime accord signed for the Karbi people, accord signed for the ASU. Many accords have been signed, but implementation is very slow. And sometimes they have a very negative mindset for implementation. The same character the Bangladesh is following with CSD. CSD has been signed very nicely. No implementation. Every day in Bangladesh, our brothers and sisters, the Chakma brothers, they are facing trouble. Every day there is a killing. Every day there is a rape. Every day, I repeat again, every day, we get messages from brothers and sisters in Bangladesh. And in 2007, Bangladesh, they abstained. They did not vote for the UN declaration. Very interesting. They did not participate in signing the UN declaration. Only they know why. Assam, what is happening with us? In the Northeast, we have more than 212 communities as indigenous people, recognized people. There are so many unrecognized people. Some people within ourselves, we are claiming, we are counter-claiming, we are opposing each other. You know, some people, they wrote to me just 3 days ago, who is Borua? Who is Onopsitia? How he is called himself Indigenous, Kilonjia, you know, this is kind of things from within our brothers and sisters. That is the mindset. Because this has been designed so that when the water is dirty, they can catch the fish. This is the conspiracy. Hacks by 24-hour service like ATM. যেনেকি এটিএম মেশিন 24 ঘন্টা এনেকে কাম কৰে ঠিক এনেকে ভাৰত সরকার কিছুমান এজেন্ট আছে আমাৰ মাজত খিলি মিলি এই যে বিভাজন রুল মানে ডিভাইড এন্ড রুল পলিসি এটা মেইনটেইন কৰি পেলাই আমাক যেনেকে জুৰুলা কৰি how they can make us weak and they can keep on ruling us for their best interest, not for our best interest, no. So if this is happening in reality, if it was so, if the government of India, they really think that indigenous people's interests should be safeguarded, why they are not implementing the UN DRIP? Why? Even after 11 years? Last year, this year in New York, moi America I had a statement on behalf of the Adivasis of India. I did not speak any selective thing, a particular issue. I was simply raising, you can see my, the Facebook. I was raising why the Adivasis, why the indigenous people of India, we have been always sidelined, why there is no implementation of the UN DRIP. Kom se kom UN DRIP to implement korleo amar je honman kore Bharat Sarkare, at least they respect us. That could have been proved. They don't respect us. So in this regard, in my keynote address, I like to appeal all of you. Forget about our differences, the petty differences. Amar major puru hura kotha hole kisman bibajon mono mane ei kotha to nai. Itu ami buji pa. This is our weaknesses. But leaving aside all these petty differences, what for the larger interest, especially for the rights of indigenous people, if we have to ascertain, we have to really stand united. I salute Naga brothers, their indestructible spirit. Ekar hokole joti na jao kyo. Dorkar hole nijor culture dekhobar karone ekebare ada nongao hobo pare. Ejon dangor officer hole ki hobo. I have seen this. This is what they are maintaining. They are proud of their culture, they are proud of their language, they are proud as indigenous people. And what about Assam? 24 years hoi mane Kilonjia Dibo, Bisho Kilonjia Dibo, itu approve kora, UNA to declare kori this. This day has been what? Given by the UN, not by us. We are not claiming. It is being recognized at the international level. 370 million people of the world, representing more than 5,000 cultures around the world, they have been celebrating. What about Assam, the people, indigenous people of Assam? Because Assam is a land of lahe lahe. So we are lahe lahe kuri bole arambho korisu. This is the reality. I know Mr. Bharti because of the indigenous movement here in Guwahati. We met him in 2007. He was very young. He is very happy today. I could not recognize in the morning. He said, "You are my guru." We invited UN people. UN people came here in Guwahati in 2007. It was in Kalakshetra. From the UNITER, one lady came and she witnessed the indigenous peoples in Guwahati, in Assam. The thing is, we are slow. On this, again, there is a 24-hour service of conspiracy against us. So unless we are aware, we are alert, if we are not empower ourselves to stand together, I think that's what I have been repeatedly telling again and again, we will be nowhere. Sister, they will maintain their life, but especially in Assam, we are in threat. Totaphi moi eta kotha kobo bisarisu, especially amar Kilunjia bhai bandhu hokol Assam. I like to, if you give me permission, I like to add a few words in Assamese. Assamor karone moi kobo bisarisu. Boro hokole more than 5,000 years. Kiba kibi kuri hulio mane jiyai ase. Boro hokol moi ejon Boro. I'm proud to be Boro. Konoba Singhu brothers and sisters ase. Bormon Kosari amar Motilal bhai ase. Ami kota patishu. We are together always. We are fighting. Apnaloke ji hokole nijok hondeho kore ami Kilunjia hoina nai baru. Apnaloke olop nijoke mane confident noha eneki mane express kori ketia. Apnaloke eto bhabibo na lage. No, you don't have to think this. Because definition in the UN or kuno eta ekebare hard and fast kuno rule bandi dia nai. Je apnaloke Kilunjia no pai. That কিছুমান ব্যৱস্থা ৰৈ থৈ দিছে আৰু ইয়াত আপোনালোকে ইমান যুগ ধৰি আছে আজিহে যদি আমাৰ মাজত আপুনি Kilunjia নহয় মই Kilunjia আপোনাৰ Kilunjia দিবক মানিবৰ কাৰণে ৰাইট নাই এই কথালৈ আমি সময় নষ্ট কৰি লাভ নাই because we are at the মই এটা more to face eta kota monot phale disu more bondhu hokol just 2 days ago. One of the Adivasi tribe, the indigenous tribe from our island, the Indian island, Andaman Nicobar, Bo, there was a tribe called Bo. The last speaker was a sister called Boa. She died. Last speaker Bo Bhaka Kowa manu ezone asil he told sister Boa. She died. Everyone knows. The moment she died, the tribe is finished, extinct. Amar dinote hol. How unfortunate. Ami ei dhorone hobole goi asu neki. Karon ami to 5000 bochor jai asu boli goisu. And we know how to sustain. Ami jai aisu 5 bochor dhori. Apnaloke 2000 dhori, kunuba 600 dhori, kunuba 1000 dhori. Jai ase ei thai kono. Kintu ei 50 bochor ki hol? Ei 50 bochor amar ostitto khub beya. We are having real bad time. People from neighboring countries, influx issue. Ite NRC diye hol. Ako NRC to amak boja japi dile 1.5 koti man. Ite ako ahi ase ki NRC pisot nutun jitu mane the new policy for citizenship conspiracy another conspiracy. So we have to stand together now for this. And brothers and sisters from the region, you have to stand with that at this critical juncture. So without this, I think Ami Aji vote luxuriously indigenous they mani asu. After 50 years indigenous code, where are the indigenous gone? That could be the real situation. That's why, in my conclusion, I like to appeal, especially at this moment, that leave our differences, the petty differences, unite together. If we know how to live 5,000 years, যদি আমি 5,000 বছর যদি জীয়াই থাকিব পাৰিছো, ইমান হেঁচা হেলা কৰাৰ পিছতো আমি জীয়াই থাকিম. Can you live? Can you live as a distinct people, the Kilunjia people of Assam? I want to know from you, can you lead?
Yes, sir.
Can you fight together?
Yes, sir.
Can you stand together?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.